Hello everybody, have a good day. I'm here with a guest that I was waiting for so long again. 1 year ago I had the opportunity to meet Mabel Katz for the first time, and after having an interview with her, actually I participated at her wonderful workshop, training, how you call it, right?
Yes, seminar.
And definitely since last year to this year I've changed a lot. And I remember last time when we were talking about that we are not the same person from one day to the next.
Exactly.
From 1 month to the next.
Exactly.
So I'm really honored to welcome here again Mabel Katz.
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to see you. What a great surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprise.
See you again.
You didn't know that we were going to have an interview
No. So I'm grateful.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Me too, very much, and for all the gifts that I've already received from you last year as well, and during this year that you have no idea how many times you were on
and
my mind.
my people enjoy the interview too. Wonderful. You know, every interview is even different, and every interview, even the interviewer, the same, different interview. Yes, but also I realized that a lot of interviews depend on the interviewer.
Yeah.
Yes, so the interviewer is as important because it I don't know, it's the energy, the vibration, the frequency, whatever you want to call it, that makes a difference.
Definitely. And you know, one thing that I definitely learned from you, out of many, obviously, is that trying to not to plan.
Oh yes, that's a big one for me.
Which is really challenging. So this would
But don't tell me it's not easier.
I mean, easier to
you let go of the suitcase, you know, and now you are free.
Definitely. So I wasn't planning anything for today.
Yeah,
so we'll see how it goes,
wonderful.
what comes from inspiration,
I like
what we're going to talk about.
Well, anyway, when you plan with me, forget it, because I will take you wherever I'm taken.
Okay. So this would be my first question actually, how not to plan, because you know in day-to-day life, you know what you receive from several channels, depends on which channel we are listening to, right?
Exactly.
That we have to plan. I mean, here comes the end of the year, now coming the new year.
I would say something before the planning.
Okay.
People think that when we do oponopono, because it's about letting go, trusting, then you don't take action. Yes, and what I tell people is taking action from inspiration, so from one channel, instead of the memories or instead of the intellect that thinks it knows.
Yeah.
So if you are going to take action from inspiration, you will have to live in the present. You cannot plan. Yes, you have to allow the universe to take you. You have to put yourself in the flow, and then the flow takes you places. Yes, and you will find that it's easier. I know it's difficult because we are not used to, because maybe it's outside of our comfort zone. But to be honest with you, it's the easiest way. That's the name of my books. I found it and I share it.
Indeed, and I remember I didn't, continued with the thought, with this specific thought last time, because it was towards the end of the conversation and I already understood everything, so this didn't come up. But since then, definitely came up several times, and not just for me, but for others as well. And I received these questions on Facebook or via email. That how do you do not to plan? So in practice, for example, if you receive like 2 invitations for the same time.
Oh well, you take I'm gonna tell you sometimes, because I always talk about cleaning. So erasing, so that inspiration can come into my life. How do I know if it's inspiration? I go with my feelings, whatever feels right. But I do have some moments where I have to take a decision between 2 things, and I'm not clear, even though that I did the cleaning and everything. And in that case, sometimes I check. We do have a pendulum that we use in Ho'oponopono, and sometimes I use that in order to decide if I'm not clear and I don't have any more time and I have to decide, yes? So there are ways of doing it. But I have to tell you, when you don't plan, is the most amazing thing. Last year, between August 1st, I didn't have hardly anything in my calendar. I knew the tour was coming, but I didn't have. And if I can tell you how many countries I did between August 1st and end of November, you wouldn't believe me. I ended up going to India, that I did, it wasn't in my plans. I ended up going to taking a group to Mount Shasta, that it wasn't in my plans. And then my usual tour in Europe and Japan. And so how does those things happen? And I do have to tell you that this year I was in Zagreb. My mother was in the hospital, and we knew it was time for her to go. And because I don't believe in death, and she didn't either, I mean, she came to my seminars, we talk about kind of the same language, she understood death in a completely different way.
But was that from the very beginning that you were talking the same language with her?
No.
When did this change? Because this is another topic that,
yes.
know.
Well, let me finish with this, and then we go into that.
We have so many things to discuss.
But my family had the idea that she was waiting for me. Even though she was conscious and she knew where I was and everything, she kept asking about me. Mm-hmm. So my whole family was, we think she's waiting for you. And then I have to tell you, I was in Zagreb, and the night of Saturday through to Sunday, I was kind of fighting with God, and I said, how come? Do something. You know, this is too hard for me to go to Argentina and come back to Europe. I mean, this is too much for me. I don't know I can do this and everything, yes? But Sunday came and everything was the same, and I knew I had to go, yes? So I bought the ticket that day. Monday, I left for Argentina. It's a 24-hour, journey to get there, 24-hour journey to come back, to be with her 2 days. But I have to tell you, not only there were so rich of amazing moments, an experience, something that totally changed me, and a gift for her, and there were 2 days that I got a lot of things done, that I spent time with her, but I also did a lot of things in 2 days in Argentina, and I didn't come back tired. I was not tired when I thought this was going to be terrible. So this is what happens, is maybe your intellect tells you, I cannot do this is too much, you are fighting because you think the universe is not listening to me, what are you doing to me, or something, and then you realize it was a blessing, and when things are right, they are easy. You don't know where you. Exactly, you don't know where you got your energy, you don't know how you could do this. There were my seminars, one weekend I was in Zagreb, the other one was Belgrade. Mm-hmm. So I left from Zagreb, I came back to Belgrade, and they couldn't believe, they were waiting for me, like thinking I'm gonna come destroy. And I was like, I'm fine guys, don't worry. Everything is great, and I had the best 2 days in my life. To be honest with you, I met my mother for the first time in those 2 days. I saw an aspect of my mother that I didn't see in the whole life, in my whole life.
What do you think? What's changed?
Well, I realized what an amazing woman, I'm going to tell you, she was so conscious, yes? In part of the unconsciousness, yes, that one day she says, you know what, I think I have to call my friends and say goodbye to them, because they are not letting me go. So she got on the phone, we were crying and laughing at the same time, because it was like, and she said to her friends, don't talk, just listen to me. She says, I finished with all my work here on earth and I have to go. It's time for me to go. You are not helping me, because the friends were saying, no, but you're going to get better, you'll see. And she said, you don't understand anything. So it was a gift. It was, I spent 2 nights, I stayed because my sisters were, taking turns, and I thought, well, I'm going to be here for 2 days, I'm going to stay at night, and give a break to my sisters. And we hardly slept. and she was connecting with her, she was talking to her mother and her father, and I would ask her questions. So she would tell me, you know, we talk about her father and if she loved her or not, and I said, well, Mom, maybe this is a good time to forgive him, you know, or things like that. So, I mean, can you believe this was an amazing gift? And the things that she could see and she would share with me, because I knew she wasn't making it up. You understand what I mean? And it was a confirmation of another whole world waiting for us, you know, when we go.
So she believed in that there is another whole world. She totally believed.
One day she told me, you know, Mabel, I let go and death didn't come. So she was like, no, one day she told me, who could have said that dying it was so hard? You know, like, I said, okay, I want to die, yes, now. And she said, how come? You know, it's so hard that I cannot go. No, because the things she learned really, it's not like I give credit to myself, but the things that I talk about in my seminars, yes. And I told her already over the phone, before coming, I said, Mom, you're going to have such a celebration, so many souls that you love that will be waiting for you, yes, and you're going to this great party. Nothing to worry, nothing to be afraid of, just let go. And she could understand everything I was saying. She understood everything, so it was really a gift. It was really a gift. I brought the hairdresser for her because I know my mother, that was important for my mother, you know. So I got the hairdresser to come and do her hair and everything. So
I mean, she was ready?
Huh?
Then you felt that she was ready by the time
yes, she told me that we are going to have a surprise, she told me. And then she says, she said, well, the surprise didn't come. And I said, but it's coming soon, yes? And she told me, yes, it's coming soon. Anyway, today she passed away, and my family was, you know, texting me, trying to find me, you know, different places, because it was too early in the morning here. And the best gift that I got is my niece telling me she fell asleep.
Oh my God.
So, and that's what I've been asking God. First of all, I asked God many times. I said that she doesn't suffer or have pain. I've been asking this for 2 years. And then I said, please take her on a sleep, you know, that she can just go. And that's actually, so what else? The doctor would ask her, are you suffering? Are you in pain? And she would say no. She didn't suffer. She was not in pain. And so all I can say is thank you.
Yeah, all of us would like to pass away like this.
Exactly.
This would be a nice goal for everyone.
Exactly. And I think that the waiting time that she had, it was to work, you know. It's like life is a work in progress, you know, and it's a journey. I guess death is also, you know, part of an opportunity to review. For example, while she was waiting, I told her, I said, Mom, I said, just review your life, the good times. I said, just think of all the things you can be grateful for your life. She said, just that. And now you have the time, just concentrate on that. And she said, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I think it's also part of a working process and part of, who knows, only God knows.
Yeah, indeed. And how about your family? Can they accept the same way you do?
Yeah, I think I think they can accept. I think I found them more ready than I thought they would be. But she was so clear to us. She said, when you cry, it doesn't help me. You know, so because my nephew, my niece sometimes would call, they also were outside of Argentina, and they would cry on the phone, and she would say, this doesn't help me. Yeah. You know, so it's important just to know, see, so this is part of knowing who we are, knowing that death doesn't exist, and that it's important to let our loved ones go when it's time, you know, or even when they go, we have to let go. Sometimes you feel that if you don't cry for them, you're not a good daughter, you're not a good, I don't know, wife, mother, whatever. But it's not about that. It's about celebrating their life and and actually let them go, letting them go, you help them to continue their journey.
Yeah.
And it's not like they go anywhere,
Yeah,
they said, now we have one more angel, guardian angel.
Oh yeah.
To help us.
Yeah.
I told my mother, I said, when I left Argentina now, I said, Mom, now you will be able to come to all my seminars.
Yeah. Not just the ones in Argentina.
Exactly.
So how did this change with her? Because you mentioned that she wasn't like this all the time. How to help our families,
No, everything changed. Even our relationship through the years, because of this work, really changed a lot. Because my mother, who do you think I get it from? I'm my mother's copy. So we were always like this most of our lives. She started, when I separated, that my husband stayed with my kids stayed with my husband, she came to visit to Los Angeles, and she told me, Mabel, I don't understand, are you abandoning them? And I said, Mom, I know it's not the normal, yes, or what we learn a good mother does. I said, but can you see they are okay? And she said, yeah, I don't understand, how come they don't suffer? Because in our minds, a separation, and the mother leaving, the kids had to suffer.
Yeah.
Well, my kids didn't. They never went to a psychologist. So my mother started seeing these changes, yes? Started opening, her mind. She would come to the seminars and feel really good. She would start practicing and feeling really good. Now, I have to tell you, she always believed in God. Okay. Even before oponopono.
Yeah.
So I think
so it's a good base,
I think believing is a very important component in somebody's life. And I can tell you, because half of my life I didn't believe. And my life changed when I started believing. So, and like I explained today at school, we visited. I'm going to tell you what I call God. Yeah, I call God a part of me that takes care of me, that guides me, that can resolve all my problems, and is closer than my own breath. Yeah. But started by working on myself. By taking responsibility, by changing myself, by trusting myself, and then I started believing in God.
Very true. Does it matter how we call it?
Because exactly, because I said, whatever you call it, I don't care, but just know that there is a part of you that knows, and it's not this one, not the intellect, not the left brain.
Indeed.
And what do you think, how is this connected with, listening to our heart?
Well, like I mentioned, how do I take action? How do I make decisions? Paying attention to my heart and not this one. Yeah. So, for example, my situation with my kids in my separation. Why did I accept it? It just felt good. You could say, what a kind of mother. Listen, I moved 15 minutes away. It's not like I really, went away. But I knew that God would not be asking me something that it was good for me and not for my kids.
Indeed.
And it was perfect for all of us, because they are who they are because of me leaving. And I have the relationship I have with them because I left. You wouldn't believe how present they are now from Los Angeles. They live in Los Angeles. I am here, and they don't know. They don't know what to do, and they said, well, but we don't know how we can help you. We're going through this. I said, guys, you are more present than ever. Thank you. You are doing wonderful, and they feel they are doing nothing. You know. So again, it's a different concept, yes, of what we actually need, or what is helping others, or things like that.
So tell me, how was in the school this morning? Because I knew that you were going, and it's like a special school.
Well, I have
with
to
kids
tell you,
without
I found out my mother passed away, and then I'm thinking I have to go and talk in the school, and I cannot cancel this. It was a gift. It was a gift for me. It's always a gift for me. What I told them is that the first time I visited them, I realized that special kids are here to teach us about
kids living with autism, right?
Exactly. Down
Is this
syndrome, autism.
Is this the first time that you are talking in front of?
No. I had other experience. First of all, I think them was my first experience a couple of years ago. Then I went in Mexico to autistic school or an organization, and it was also a wonderful experience, because when I finished and I said, who wants to talk, all the kids wanted to talk, the one with the problem. And what did they want to say? Thank you. They were grateful for their family, they were grateful for this or that. It was all about thank you. So what I realized visiting this special kids school last time is I said, wait a minute, these kids are happy. These kids are themselves. So in this school, they don't ask them to be something perfect, and they don't ask them to be something that they are not. They are accepted just the way they are, yes? And I think that's what it is, because we go to normal schools, we are normal people, we are very unhappy, because we are comparing ourselves with others, we are thinking that we are not good enough. Yes, we are trying to be like somebody else. I mean, we waste our life, So I think it was wonderful. Today, the amazing surprise was that that we had like an auditorium, and that we had kids and adults. And what can I say? They listen. I was surprised. I kept talking and they were quiet, yes.
Getting all the energy and information.
And everything, and then we ended everything by hugging. Because, interesting enough, when we got there, there was one of the girls that came with the teacher, and the teacher explained, she says she's very nervous. So I said, could I hug her? Or that she asked even for a hug or something, or I asked, could I hug her? And we hugged her, and we shook hands and everything. And I noticed how she came down. What happened is the kids were going to do a show for us. So she was nervous because she was part of the... Anyway, I noticed how she came down and everything. And then I invited her, after my talk, I invited her to come and to share with us if she felt that the hug helped, and she felt better, and she confirmed. And then we ended up all hugging, and this is what I said. I said, life is about a call for love, yes? We call it in different ways. But that's what we are looking for, yes? So sometimes you don't know how to resolve things, and a hug could make a big difference, yes? A hug could melt fear and anxiety and everything.
And who do you think you help more, the kids or the parents?
The kids don't need the help, it's the parents, yes, definitely. Yeah, the parents need to hear this, so that they can accept their kids just the way they are. They are not trying to change them. They don't see themselves as victims. This is the big thing. They are not victims. Knowing that life is not this, so this is just an experience we are having, but we have many different kind of experiences, so that you don't really see yourself as a victim, or you see this is, oh my goodness, no, but know that you actually see it as an opportunity, a blessing.
Yes. So I see it's a big mission for you kids as well.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love to work with young kids. I had an opportunity to present to over 1,200 adolescents. I mean, graduating to go to university or to college, and I have to tell you, I was shocked that they listened to me for an hour and a half, and what they had to say after my talk, how they confirmed, what I was saying, and I was surprised. There was only one, that tried to, he said, and he was like sarcastic. He said, so you meant to tell us that I have to do whatever makes me happy. Yeah, so I kill somebody because that makes me happy, so it's okay. And I said, do you think that somebody that kills somebody is really happy? You think that really makes him happy?
What did he say?
He didn't, but he just wanted to be right, yeah, like a good adult. And but the good thing is nobody engaged with him. Everybody look at him like, what are you talking about? Oh, you know, like you didn't get it.
Yeah.
But so that's the good thing. And you know, in life you are always going to find people that say, what is this woman talking about? You know, especially being an accountant. Don't forget. Don't forget I'm a tax accountant. So it's amazing. Yeah, and it's so important that we talk to young people. So important we work with kids, all kind of kids. Yeah, normal and not as normal.
Because by becoming adults, then you know it's already in their system.
Exactly.
Hopefully they
We
don't
have
become.
to allow them to be themselves.
Indeed.
Yes.
So I'm really happy to have this in my hands, because I
Thank you.
remember
Me
from last
Me
year
too.
that you already mentioned that there's going to be this happy city, Malu here,
Yes.
and with all the
That's
basic
wonderful.
thoughts as well. So what
I
is this?
didn't
It is like a
remember I
tale?
mentioned it to you last year, but yeah, it's Clara Mora made it a reality.
The translation is beautiful as well.
Well, it's all stories that actually are real, but that sounds like science fiction. Yes.
Okay.
But you know, I've been with Dr. Ihaliakala was my teacher for over 10 years, and he told me a lot of stories that were real, that people might think he's nuts, yes, or what he talking about. But I think it's so important for us to wake up and realize. For example, he had a grandma that used to go to the ocean, call the fish would come, she would grab whatever she needed, and the other ones went back to the ocean. Wow. You understand?
Absolutely.
So, and he saw it, he lived it, yes? So those kind of stories are in this, and this is about how to create a happy city, just by being ourselves, by talking to tables or things, and connecting to nature.
So just for kids?
No, it's actually for everybody, and for adults to read to small kids, so that they can be okay when they hear, you know, that the chair is talking to them, and they will not think they are crazy. Or when they see an invisible friend. You know, I visited a preschool in Mexico, and I asked the kids, how many of you can talk to the table, no? So most of them raised their hand. And I said, what does the table tell you? And one of the girls says, oh, yeah, to me, it tells me I'm very beautiful. Yeah? So, or I said, how many of you have an invisible friend? And most of them raised their hand. So it's about allowing our kids to be kids. Yes, and that they can tell us, you know, how they feel, or what they see, or if they hear, or something, because that we cannot see it, touch it, or hear it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
And not to force them to forget all these
No,
things.
or or medicate them.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking there is a problem with them. So this is about a happy city where the kids are the tourist guides. People comes to the city to find out what is it that they do that the city is so happy. Exactly. How did they do it?
Hopefully it's going to go everywhere, all around the world.
Yes. The Hungarian is the first one, and many will
Even
follow.
more honored.
Yes.
Wow, very well done, Clara, huh?
Yes. Only Clara could do it in such a short time too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's wonderful. I know. I mean, contact with her quite often.
Yes.
So tell me, what was the most memorable experience that you had with all these travelings that you had in the last 1 year? I mean, I know that you went to India as well, because
India was, well, I went to India this year.
As well? And last year as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, last year was a last minute thing, not plan very, you know. This year we planned. I took 20 women to India. We had an amazing experience.
From where did you take those 20 women?
Well, we were Mumbai, Delhi, Varanasi, Agra, different places, and we stayed 4 nights at Osho's ashram.
Okay.
So that was an experience in itself. India is an amazing school. You know, when you come back from India, you definitely appreciate everything even more, and you change your perception of the world and everything, and what is important. For example, one thing that I learned is two things. One is that why they are happy even though they are poor. Yeah, well, you have extreme, yeah, a lot of money in India too, but why so many poor people, but they are happy? Because they believe in reincarnation, and they know this is not it. So this is temporary, yeah. So if you are poor in this lifetime, no problem. The next one you are rich. Yes. So the other thing is like one, and it's true because I had this experience both times in India. They don't rob. Why? They believe in karma.
Oh yeah.
So they don't take anything from somebody else. Yes, because that's karma.
Yeah.
So you learn those things in India. You can have those kind of experiences. It's true, because when somebody told me even last year, somebody says, Mabel, have you noticed nobody told us remove your watch, watch your purse, or you know something? It's true. It's true. And you know, if I go to Argentina, people will say, no, you're not gonna go with that watch, you know, hide it, okay? Or something like that, or a chain, or so I don't know, we have so much to learn, so
Indeed.
much reprogramming to do, so much to change our attitudes and perception. We are so wrong in so many things.
But are we getting there, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. We have to be patient, but I think so. Let's put it this way: there is no other way. The thing is, all the things that are happening is to wake us up. The thing is how fast or how slow we are gonna wake up. I tell people all the tragedies and the hatred and so much that is going on in the world is. That in itself is not the tragedy. The tragedy is that we don't wake up. That's the tragedy. That all these things happen and we are still asleep. Are still thinking that it's somebody else that has to change. We are still blaming and complaining.
Oh yeah. Do you think
so it's up to us. It's up to us.
Do you think that we can let at least the majority go? The majority of the blocks and memories and all these.
In this lifetime, we have the chance, but I have to tell you something. I have to tell you something. My mother, in some of her moments, yeah, I don't know how much conscious or unconscious she was in that moment, but she spoke about evolution. At one point, she said, "Who would have known I had something to do with the evolution?" You know, or something like that. Okay, and another time she made this comment. She says, "You know, this can be destroyed any second." Yeah, so it's all up to us. The earth really can get destroyed this moment, yeah, but it depends on our decisions and our.
So you believe in the here at this moment, this life, we have the chance.
I'm gonna tell you something that I've been sharing. When I was in Mount Shasta, this mountain in California, I went to a bookstore, and I look and I said, which books are for me? Yes, what? And I bought several books, and one of the books is the Bible Code. And I found out that now with computers they can find secret messages in the Bible. In the Bible, everything is written down. Like, for example, Obama, Isaac Rabin, just to mention a couple of things, okay? Isaac Rabin, assassination, Kennedy. I mean, everything is in the Bible. It was secretly, you know, coded. But And Simon Perez asked the author, so why do we bother? If everything is written, I mean, there is nothing we can do. But they discovered that in the same Bible code, there are things that says delay. And what do you think that delay means? It's because we did something different. For example, it's proven that if Netanyahu, the president of Israel, would have gone to Jordan that day, war would have started. But because he delayed, because I don't know what happened.
Because he's not listening to the channel.
Yeah, but
right.
no, but because he didn't, war. It says delayed.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that it's all up to us. Yeah, it's written, but it can be changed, or it can be delayed, or it can be delayed forever. Yes, because it depends on our choices. It depends on our decisions. That's how powerful we are.
So what is that?
Powerful we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think? What is the biggest challenge that we have? I mean,
the thing
to let people to wake up, to help people to wake up.
I think it's not up to us because we all have free choice. So not everybody will choose to wake up. Not everybody will choose to do what they came to do. And I think we need to accept that, yes? So, but somebody said, I heard somebody, this is actually a young guy from Argentina, that he also travels and gives conferences, and he said, don't worry about the ones that didn't wake up. Because when the earth will really wake up, he says, the earth only just opened one eye and said, oh, I have to do all that work. Yeah, another 15 minutes, like we do in the morning with the snooze. He says, but when the earth will wake up, there is no way to stay asleep. Yeah. So these are, the earth is still, waking up, and but.
So we don't know how many more lives it takes.
No, I think.
But in this life, definitely we have the chance. So let's
this is the yes. But, this in Ho'oponopono we talk about transmutation. We talk about erasing memories. Yes, in this lifetime we have the possibility of erasing it all, but it depends on us, moment by moment. Are we letting go or not?
Yeah. Oh, how many times
everything is about letting go.
How many times I realize, that with just small things, to find a parking place, it helps, But really, what you just said, that last year I remember that the suffering, you choose the suffering, whether you want or not.
I have an example that is not important, but I like to share this with people because, again, it's not important, but for you to have an idea the kind of help we can get, yes? How the help is always there, even for trivial things, for things that are not important. So my oldest son got married this year.
Wow!
And thank you. And I had to. Everybody asked me, "What are you gonna wear?" And I kept saying, "It's gonna show up." One day I'm gonna be walking and say, "Oh, that one," Yeah. But at one point, I was in my house in Los Angeles, and it was end of February. I was going to start traveling again, South America, and I look at the calendar and I said, Mabel, you don't have time to wait, because when you come back from the tour, you have only 10 days. And I thought, I cannot go to buy the dress, last week, rushing. So I said, I think I have to start looking, So I'm gonna make it short. I started with Google, trying to find, and then I make a phone call to a place, and this place tells me, and I said, where do people, your clients, go to buy? And they said a place in Beverly Hills. I don't personally buy Beverly Hills, but I thought, what, I'm gonna go to Beverly Hills and see what's their prices, to have an idea, yes? So, but before leaving home, I look up and I said, you know what I'm gonna wear? You know where that dress is? Okay, take me there because I don't have time for this, okay? So I put my Google map because of traffic in Los Angeles, to know what route. And as I'm going, the Google map tells me there is a new route open up that you can save 3 minutes. My intellect says 3 minutes. Give me a break. But, thank God, I said, that could be a sign. I'm going to take the new route, yes? So I take the new route, and because of that, I pass by a shopping center. In 34 years I live in LA, that was my 3rd time in that shopping center. So it's not,
so you're
again,
not
it's not the place that I usually go. Okay. So I stop in the shopping, I park in the shopping center, and then when I enter, I realize it's all under construction. Most of the stores are all closed. I walk all around. I couldn't find any place to really go in that sold this kind of dresses that was open. But as I was going back to the parking lot, like thinking, well, it's not here, I passed by a department store, Bloomingdale's, yes? And I said, well, if I'm here, I'm gonna go in. And that's where I found my dress. That's where I bought my dress.
I would love to see that dress.
I will show you. I will show you because I have the picture. But you understand that you could even ask for help to buy a wedding dress. Can you imagine what the universe will do for you if you really have a serious problem?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of things, the revelations that we need in order to trust more, to ask more. Yeah, because I trust 200%. But I don't ask for the everyday stuff, you know. I feel, you know, I'm not gonna bother, yes? But I mean, bother God or, but listen, it's there. If you ask, the help comes. No matter how small or big, or how good or bad, you understand what I mean? It's always there for us.
Yeah.
And I think this is important to know. This is very important to know. And again, it was important for me to know that I could ask even for things that are not that important.
Indeed.
So the trust, and then ask, and all the time cleaning.
Yeah, it's
Cleaning meaning, let's just say that.
Cleaning happens when you let go and trust. Yes, because we are not the ones erasing. When you let go and trust, God can do the transmutation and the cleaning. So it kind of goes all together. Yes, it just happens because you let go and trust.
And with that, we are taking the responsibility as well.
We take the responsibility, not the guilt. What am I responsible? The programs, the beliefs, everything that is playing in my subconscious mind that is actually attracting in my life whatever I have in front of me.
It's been a pleasure again, a blessing.
Thank you.
And I can barely wait the weekend.
Yes.
How I'm gonna be, even go more deep with this.
Yes. You will find out.
Automatic.
You will exactly. We do it because of the cleaning that happens because we need to keep reprogramming our subconscious mind, and you will be surprised because you will. After that, you will say it wasn't the same seminar. So I have to tell you, many people from Zagreb came the following week to Belgrade, and they were saying, the Zagreb people said, oh my goodness, this was the best, and then they came to Belgrade and says, no, this was even better than Zagreb, this was the best ever, or something. So we keep growing, yes, we keep getting better, and every time you are going to hear something different, you are going to understand it in a different way. But definitely the cleaning going on in the seminars is huge.
And the energy with all those people at the same time cleaning.
Exactly.
So thank you so much.
No,
I'm really
thank you.
grateful.
It's always a pleasure.
And hope to see you next year as well. So we continue from here, okay?
Yes, definitely. It's our meeting, annual meeting.
Same place,
annual
same place.
meeting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everybody to be here with us. I'm definitely going to come back to you with news after Mabel's training. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.